Yo, what's good, YouTube? Back at it again with another fucking video. And we're here about to react to TayK's uncle explaining the upbringing of TayK. And I didn't really know that TayK was from Long Beach, but I always felt like he looked familiar. Like I seen him somewhere before, or like I might have saw him on Vine or Instagram before he was famous. But it says he's from Long Beach. I was raised around Long Beach. I've been all through, in and out, all around Long Beach. I used to be a skateboarder, and so maybe I did see TK before. But anyway, let's get right into the motherfucking video. This is Weirdoski at it again. I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that post notification bell if it's your first time on this fucking channel. Let's go.
I was under the impression that we were going to be having a conversation with his mom as well. What is the status of that, and exactly what's going on with that?
Well, his mom, she deals with a lot of backlash. I'm sure you know how social media, a lot of hate, a lot of texts, a lot of DMs, a lot of people that don't understand my nephew's case and what my sister been through to go through that. She went into depression. She went into hiding. She started taking drugs. My uncle will let you know a lot about that, but I had to go get her recently and rehab her and get her and love her back because she took that hard on herself that her son got that situation and she wasn't there fully to be his mother all the way. You know what I'm saying? So people don't know that story. They know that my nephew went to.
So you said who of them is his uncle? This is his uncle. This is TayK uncle right here. I seen another video of him, and he does a lot of the explaining for TayK because I guess TayK's mom is on drugs or whatever right now. So this guy is pretty much the one that represents TayK. I don't know if he runs his Instagram and all that stuff because I heard TayK has a new management. So yeah.
Jail, but they don't know what my sister did to try to prevent all that situation and what happened.
Right. So she's still in Texas?
Nuh-uh, she lived with me.
Okay. Yeah. In California?
No, in Florida.
In Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I live in Florida now.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, I was going through the details of the case and stuff, and one interesting thing, I don't know if you know this, is that I do a podcast with a guy named DW Flame from Long Beach who represents
my family.
Baby Insane Crips out of Long Beach, one of the bigger gangs from out there.
Yeah.
And
Nigga said TayK is cooked. Damn, man. Sad to say, but I think he cooked too. I ain't gonna lie. I don't wish nobody on jail, but it's just for his situation, the way that it looked pretty bad for TayK.
And at the time of TayK being born, she was actually associated with that, although I believe that she later on.
What you know about Rakim? You in Germany and you know about Rakim? Damn, that's really show you how far music travels. Like this motherfucker in my chat is in Germany and they know about somebody in Atlanta that I personally know. Crazy.
Left that.
No, she's still from.
She's still technically
so my
from
mother
there,
from Insane, my mom, my sister, a lot of my cousins, a lot of my uncles, and then a lot of my uncles and aunties on the other side is from 20s. This is Beefy Loki from 20 Crip. He's from East Side. That's my mentor. That's my big homie. He told me a lot of the game when I was little. So Long Beach is a big family. So yeah, we know DW.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Okay, definitely great man.
Yeah.
But so the interesting thing, I guess, about
That is very true. Long Beach is a very family-oriented city because it's the city of Crips, as what they say. Long Beach doesn't have any blood gangs. It's all Crips, but the Crips do not get along with each other. A lot of the Crip gangs in Long Beach, they have rivalries with each other. But that's near here or there. Most people in Long Beach beef with the Mexicans, so it's like a race war.
About TayK. Well, tell me a little bit about what you know to have been his mom's situation when he was born, because a lot of
speculation.
When the story is told of TayK online, it's frequently told as a story about, a kid whose parents basically weren't around or were kind of fully in the streets.
That wasn't true though.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm here to clarify that because, you know what I'm saying, I am her brother. She lives with me. We went through a lot. So me and my sister was born in Long Beach, California. Our mother was, she was a crackhead. So we was born in that crack, in that 80s crack baby situation. You know, after we were born, we moved to Los Angeles to 101st and Avalon. And, you know, it was me and my dad and my sister. My mom was still dealing with a lot of situations. She happened to sell my sister to a drug house for drugs. And that's really started the snowball effect for
a sister of what age?
My sister. I think she had to be 4 or 5 years old.
Sold her to a
sold his sister to a drug house for supplies, guys. That is sick as hell. How do you sell a 4-year-old to drug dealers for drugs? And what drug dealer is accepting kids for payment? That's a dirty, dark ass nigga too. That either he a pedophile or he will sell anything in the world. And a lot of drug dealers, that's how they feel. They will sell crack to their own mama if they pockets dependent on that last sale. They'll sell crack to their own mama. And that's the type of situation this seemed like.
house for what purposes?
To get more. She didn't have the money. They took so the story is they took my sister through the window. My mom got the she bounced.
What were they supposed to do with the kid?
Back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened to my sister in the house, and she experienced a lot of trauma.
That's where the story ends. You never were able to figure out what happened?
Well, they said that she was touched on in there. It was a lot of things that speculated. She was a little girl at the house.
Oh my God.
Everybody got to put their imagination together what happened. So I don't like to talk about it.
Right.
I was younger, but she experienced these things before her kids were even born. And my mother, you know, so after that, my mother passed away of HIV when I was 8 or 9 years old. So we suffered that. We lost our mom, at a younger age, and it was hard for us. So my sister was never right after that. You know, we had our dad, and my dad was strong. He's from Long Beach. He's a preacher. You know, he did his best to instill discipline into us, but all we knew was gang activities and drug activities, you know.
Right.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I got put on my hood. My sister started gang banging Insane when she was like in her teens. So my sister and my mother both from Insane Crip in Long Beach.
So with me being from Long Beach in that area or whatever, Insane Crips, so these are the 2 Crip gangs that I said. Well, it's a lot of Crip gangs there, but these are the 2 major ones that don't really get along. But when we were in middle school, they were considered the same gang pretty much. Well, when I was in middle school, people that was banging this one set started to turn their hands from up to down and all this other shit. And that's where things start getting tricky in Long Beach.
So, I mean, you could tell the story. So now you know what we saw and what product we was coming from. So then on after that, my dad took me after my sister ran away because she just, you know, she wasn't getting her situation together. I let her out the house when she ran away in North Long Beach. So she ran away, and I never seen her no more after that.
Really?
So I was like sporadically see her in the streets, in the park, hanging out with her section, doing all these things. As a kid growing up, I would see her because we 2.5 years behind. So I graduated from high school. She didn't. So she was out there in the streets, you know, down on the east side of Long Beach doing what she had to do. And then, just to survive, because that's all we knew. You know, our mother left us in that situation. I listened a little bit more to my father, and she went the other way to figure out life. And I always tell people all the time, if my sister wasn't, she would be dead, because I saw her do things harder than the hardest, you know, that I know. And it's no diss to anybody else, but she was with all the, because we saw it with our aunties, our uncles, our cousins. All our cousins gang bang, all our uncles, all our aunties. My mama was from the
whole environment.
Yeah, the whole environment. And I can't tell this Long Beach story without bringing, you know, a Beefy Loc, because when we were growing up, we were looking at them. He ran with Snoop. He ran with Dog Pound. If you look at their old footages, you will see he was like one of their bodyguards, but he was the muscle man. He was really in the streets, whatever they was rapping about, that's what he was doing. So he would go to prison. I couldn't see him. He would come home, go to prison. So his mentorship would be brief with me, but hey, stay on the right road. But then my other uncle, Ricky Harris, is a comedian. I don't know if you,
right.
Yeah, so he died. So when he died, it brought me back to Long Beach to get more integrated back with my family because I left. Yeah, he pushed me to the Army.
Pushed them to, because the choice was outside. But the point is, the circumstance where we at, you either gangbang or that's it.
Yeah.
So you speaking to a generation of people to where their circumstance was like a bowl, a fishbowl. But because these women, we were never.
Chat, y'all still with me? Y'all staying with me? Stick with me. Stick with me through this. Cause I actually like this story. I like this I like this story. That nigga said, nah, I fell asleep. Bitch ass. Alright, come on, let's get back into it. I know these old heads can make you fall asleep though, I ain't gonna lie. But I do want to hear more about the type of person that TK comes from. Like, I didn't even know that this nigga was from California. I thought for some reason he was from Texas, but I guess he left California and went to Texas. But yeah.
Never given morality.
Excuse me, where is your hot sauce bar?
We don't have one.
Okay. Firehouse Subs has one.
Sir, this is not
Spirituality. We were given condition. So, like, for him to evolve and come from these things, the better thing is to understand that some people will always be a victim of what happened to them.
Right.
And the strength to get past it, that's the issue. Because we can blame, but people don't understand that a child that missed something will never get that back. So every wounded child is the thing that is a product of these things.
Yeah.
Like, you are who you are, but you have a moral and a certain compass about yourself because your parents gave that to you. But other people, when it's your choice, they're not as strong as you. And other people can't. But you look at things and say, why? But I won't judge you because of your actions. I'm going to judge you on what you're trying to do.
And that's well said, because he's a very reputable OG in Long Beach. So he was the reason why my life started to change, because him, my Uncle Ricky Harris, a lot of the people in the neighborhood was like, hey, after I went to county jail, go to the Army. So we talked about it, and my dad was pressing me to go, and I was rebuking it, and I was running with the homies. And once I got out of county jail, I was in the Army 2 weeks later, and I never looked back. And I left because the towers fell in 2001, and I left in 2002 to go fight a different war. I was leaving one war.
That nigga said his shirt looked like a disco ball. That nigga's shirt looked like a damn Picasso painting. I ain't even gonna lie. I was looking at his shirt. I'm like, that motherfucker loud. I would wear shit like that. You feel me? I put that motherfucker on. But bruh, I mean, shit. I don't know. You remember back in the day in school where they'll give you the two little lenses, and one will be blue and one will be red, and you'll put the lenses over each other and it'll show you like how red and blue makes purple? That's what his shirt looked like. A whole bunch of little lenses that just show you that it makes a whole bunch of bullshit. Like, all these lenses and the shirt still ain't hitting. Like, nigga, come on now. Stop playing. Fit ain't hitting on none, nigga. Put that bitch in the trash.
Or in Long Beach because it was rough. And then going to the Army. So I'd rather do it for the Army. So from 2002 to 2016, 17, I was away. So that mentorship.
15 years. That's a lot longer than the average person does.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And I was in combat. You know what I'm saying? I got injured in Iraq and Afghanistan. I did my thing and I got out and I wanted to selfless serve. But that mentorship my sister didn't have. A lot of people paint that story on social media about his parents, but they really don't understand the struggle she had to even be her. She didn't have a chance to do anything. All we knew was turmoil. And I know this story goes around and it's poor me, but no, I wanted to justify it and clarify it at the same time and say, you know, while she was having kids, she was still a kid and trying to figure out why her mama died of AIDS and why she was sold to a drug house at an early age. So to me and her, why did our mom give up on us, right?
Wow, y'all. That was a long ass video. Really not saying shit for real. Well, alright, YouTube. I'm gonna get at y'all at the next motherfucking video. I'm gonna still post this shit because it might be some information in there that y'all want to hear that I did not want to hear because I don't really give a fuck that much. But thank you for tuning in. Weirdowski and this bitch. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so it's your first time on this channel. And also tap into my Twitch stream that I do probably every day pretty much. It's also Weirdowski on Twitch. Later, Gator.